Arsenal targets serial winner, according to latest reports. Let's get straight into the news. How's it going, Gooners? And welcome back to Punch Drunk Arsenal, your home to all the latest Arsenal news and transfer updates. We've had some breaking news in the last couple of hours, even though the news actually isn't that breaking. We've heard this name before. It's Leroy Sane from Bayern Munich. According to, I think it's the Times journalist Gary Jacob, Arsenal are seriously interested in signing Leroy Sane this summer. We know that he's currently still in the locked in negotiations with Bayern Munich over a new contract. He's going to be a free agent though if he doesn't sign a new contract with the Bavarian club, which actually kind of makes it a very good deal for the Gunners, even though we know free transfers does not necessarily mean free in essence. You're going to pay huge agent fees as well as the player likely getting a huge wage increase. So if you consider that a player is looking at maybe like a Son is looking at 2 to 3 mil extra a year, plus maybe like a 5 mil agent fee, he signs a 4-year deal. That's going to be close to like a between like a 15 and 20 million pound outlay for the Gunners. However, still not as bad as paying a upfront fee to sign a player. And considering the type of player Leroy Sané is, he's kind of exactly the type of player we need. Not necessarily at the starting winger we need, but he will come in as a backup for Saka, which is a good thing. Like I mentioned before, we definitely need a starting striker and a starting left wing. Those should be our priorities this summer. But we also should be looking at someone that can give Saka the opportunity to rest, someone that can rotate with Saka. We know 1 year he's been playing there this season, but he's definitely not actually a winger. He's more of a 10. This will allow him to rotate more with Odegaard, which is something we also need. If we can have someone that can rotate with Odegaard consistently, 1 year is going to be a year older. That's another positive sign for the Gunners. So the Sané deal actually makes a lot of sense when you think about it. It's a player we've been linked with in the past. I believe it's a player that Arteta does really like. I mean, if we look back at what was it 2 seasons ago when we played Munich in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, Sané was arguably their best player. He had us on the ropes. I remember that breakaway from Kivior. He's still a very, very good player. I mean, known for his pace and his dribbling. He's got that X factor feel about him. Premier League before, so he's a Premier League proven player with Man City. Obviously, Man City is also like a different kettle of fish when it comes to players. Generally, everyone that goes to Man City does well. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be able to replicate that same form in an Arsenal jersey. But if you've be played for teams like Man City and Bayern Munich before, you're definitely a quality player. He's still only 29 years old, only turning 30 next year. So it does give us a lot of time to still use him. If he's still available for at least 3 years, that's a very, very good signing. Like I say, um, not the best of seasons for Sunday. Still a decent output as far as goal contribution goes. I think he had 13 goals and 5 assists in about 55 matches this year, and he's not seen as Bayern Munich's main player. We know Michael Olise came in to the side, and he's kind of overtaken that role as the right winger. Sané can also play as a left winger, so that gives us a little bit of versatile, more options as well across the front line. And as we all know, Arsenal do need attacking numbers. We were very short this season. We can't go into next season where we pick up 1 or 2, maybe 3 injuries again, and then we're stuck. We have the same issue as we had before. And there's no one really that can rotate with Saka. 1 year he can obviously play there, but like I mentioned, his main position is definitely as a 10, so as an attacking midfield, and that gives him the opportunity as well to revert back to his original position and then rotate with Odegaard and get more minutes as a 10. So as a whole, I think the Sunny deal is actually a good deal for the Gunners. Hopefully, if let's say we do pull off the Sunny deal, I don't have much faith though that the reports are super accurate. Even though it's a player we have been linked with before, I personally don't see us necessarily going for that one. It does make a lot of sense in a lot of aspects as well. But I think our focus currently is definitely on bringing in the striker and left wing. There's also no guarantees that Sané does not agree with Bayern Munich a new deal. So it's definitely one to keep an eye on. However, like I said, I'm not sure how accurate or how not accurate, because I do believe that if the opportunity arises, we definitely would be looking at Sané. I just don't know how much interest we actually do have in the player, or if he's how high up on the list he is for the Gunners. Like I mentioned, he's definitely a player that can come in and help us. He can definitely help us. He's a serial winner. He's won at Man City. He's won countless trophies, even as Bayern Munich. He's won countless trophies with Bayern. So it's a player that can come in and do well for the Gunners. It's the type of player we need. Also adds a lot of experience to our front line, which is still kind of young. We just got Trossard. Havertz is very experienced, but he's still actually kind of a young player. He's only like 25, 26. Sane is 29, so you add a little bit of experience. He's, like I mentioned, serial winner, so he can come in. He definitely knows how to win things, get teams over the line. Got that X factor to him. He's like like I mentioned, he's known for his speed and his dribbling. Something which we don't really have in on the right hand side. Saka, not the fastest player, but obviously is our best player with the way he's got the silky feet. He's also a magnificent dribbler with the crosses, but we don't really have that X factor player necessarily that can create something out of nothing, bar Saka. So having another good option on the right wing is definitely good for us. We're going to be playing a lot of competitions once again. You see, majority of players these seasons play 60 plus games at the very minimum. So a lot of matches in store for the Gunners. Also going to be challenging for the Champions League again, Premier League, and then obviously want to do better in the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. So having these options is definitely a good thing. I don't think it will be the same as the Sterling loan we did this year. Sterling came in, we had a lot of excitement when he came to the club. Obviously, it didn't work out, but I don't think Sane will perform at the same level that Sterling did for Arsenal. I think if he actually comes in, he would be a very good player for us. Been in England before, as I mentioned, so he knows the country, he knows the league, he knows what it takes to actually win in England. So everything as far as that regards to the transfer is a very good sign, and it's free. So it's gonna come at a cheaper cost, obviously, than what a signing would be if we had to actually pay for a player. And then it still allows us to actually invest properly down the left and for the striker position. Martin Zubamendi, as we've all seen, obviously his medical is booked. He is going to be joining the club very soon, hopefully in this week or so. Saw reports that likely tomorrow his medical will be completed, then maybe even by the 1st of June, on the 1st of June or before, we'll get the proper year we go where we actually see him in the Arsenal jersey. I think it's exciting times for the Gunners ahead. I think most of us should be excited for what this transfer window can be. Gyökeres or Sesko is still up for debates. As far as our sources have told us, Gyökeres is the number one target. Berto wants him. Berto's desperate to land Gyökeres. On the left wing, we've been linked almost feels like a new name every single day. We started off with Nico Williams. We know that's Arteta's first choice option. His wages are a bit expensive. Then we've been linked with Rafael Leao and Jamie Bino Gitsons from Dortmund. So there's a few options down the left, and then arguably we need another backup goalkeeper, and in my personal opinion, we need another right-sided defender. Lastly, Thomas Partey as well. We've seen that he's locked in negotiations with Arsenal with a deal actually looking like it's quite close. And that's another positive for the club. Then we don't have to invest in another defensive midfielder. As a whole, I think things are not slow with the Gunners, but we're not really seeing any concrete movements as of yet, but exciting times ahead. Guys, let me know your opinions on the Sunday deal. As I mentioned, I know it's going to be quite a controversial one. I think the fan base will be quite split on Sunday to Arsenal. I think it sounds at this moment in time like it could be a very good deal. Like I mentioned, not sure how much of interest we do have in the player as of yet. We've been interested in him before, so there's definitely a link there. Arteta, I believe Arteta worked with him during his days at City, so it's a player Arteta knows very well. And he's got that pace, dribbling, X factor, and he's an option pretty much across the front line. Maybe not so much as a striker, but definitely as a left winger as well. And versatility is something that Arteta really likes in his players. Let me know your thoughts regarding the Sunday deal, guys. As always, thank you so much for joining us. We're really appreciating everyone's support. Obviously, this is a new channel, so we're going to keep pushing our content as much as possible. Please don't forget to smash that like button. Hit subscribe for all your latest Arsenal news and transfer updates. And as mentioned before, leave a comment in the comment section down below. Thanks, guys.